Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're regular here, you know I review many photographic, audio and video related products. Now today I'm taking another look at the Canon R100, which I have here. Now the R100 is Canon's entry-level APS-C crop sensor camera for the RF mount system. They call it the RF-S mount, S standing for APS-C I guess, as opposed to the RF full frame mount. So it's the R100, very entry level, no touch screen, no articulating screen. It is what it is. So to adjust focus points, you either have to do it manually by using the D-pad on the back here. What I tend to do, leave it in a central position, which it's in there, and I just focus and reframe. And I find that, so all I would do is just focus and reframe. And I find that works absolutely fine. That's how we used to do it in the old days, and I find that's absolutely fine. Now it's 350 grams-ish body only, so very, very lightweight and really, really compact. It's actually got a nice little grip for actually holding onto the camera. Now, I purchased this camera in June and I got it at a great price. It's even cheaper now than it was back in June, let's get this right. So you can get some great bargains on this camera and great used bargains, even with a 12-month warranty if you buy from a reputable dealer, as opposed to buying, you know, on a third marketplace site like eBay or any of the others. Now, it's a great little compact camera, 24 megapixel. I'm going to go through a few of the images here, but I also want to point out it's great to be able to use full frame lenses on this APS-C body. Now I've got fitted to it the 28mm pancake lens. That is really nice, isn't that nice and compact with that pancake lens? Now, that's about 42mm in full frame terms. So you've got a really, really nice little compact travel camera, can easily use for street photography. 42mm is a great focal length for getting your portraits and just getting nice general images. Obviously it isn't wide angle, so it's probably not ideal for for architecture, but ideal for family photographs, portraiture and that sort of thing. And it is a really nice point and shoot camera. I'm loving using it. I've been using it, as I say, since June, and I use it a lot when I go out because of its sheer size. It's so tiny to put into a very small camera bag. It's not pocketable. It's not like the Ricoh GR3, which is actually pocketable. This certainly isn't pocketable, but you know, a very small camera bag or just any sort of bag, and it works great. It does do 4K video, but it's pretty lousy because the dual pixel AF doesn't work in 4K. So I would use it as a HD camera, and it works great as a HD camera, no problem at all. Certainly for the vast majority of content creation, you can use HD if you're doing it for TikTok, you're doing it for YouTube and what have you. HD is absolutely fine. What I also find really useful, as long as you've got a short USB-C lead, which I have here, one of these little tiny USB-C leads. I find the app, there's an app not made by Canon, by somebody else called CC&C, which is a bizarre name for an app. Use that in conjunction with my iPhone because that has got a USB-C port, and I can use that to set the focus point because it's touchscreen. I can also use that as a variable monitor as well. So you can get around the fact that there is no articulating screen on the camera by using a mobile phone and the app, and it's really fast. You can use it for transferring your images. It's really handy. But as I say, with this 28mm lens on, you get some cracking results. And because it's a full frame lens, and you do eventually want to upgrade to a Canon full frame body, well then you've got the lenses. And I've got the 28mm which is on it. I've also got the 16mm, and I've got the 50mm, yeah, and one or two others. But even the 16mm lens, is that the 16mm? That's the 16mm lens. Even that isn't particularly large. That's actually really compact. That's about 24mm on the Canon R100. So again, you've got two prime lenses, aren't expensive lenses. So if you use these two prime lenses on your Canon R100, you've got a great kit, which is really, really compact. Also, the Canon R100 has no in-body image stabilization. But then the vast majority, if not all cameras, certainly at this price range, in fact I don't know of any other camera at this price range, in fact I really genuinely don't know any other mirrorless camera with interchangeable lenses and a viewfinder for, you know, around the £400–500 mark. They don't exist. The closest is probably the Sony ZV-E10, but that doesn't have a viewfinder. So that isn't even comparable, although it does have the articulating screen. So it's actually a really nice little camera. Now, if we have a look at a few of these images, we'll take that one there. That was, I think, taken on the kit lens. Yeah, that's the 18–45 kit lens, but still, you know, perfectly sharp enough. You can print these images, you can put them on Instagram. There's a lot of things said about kit lenses not being particularly good. I don't think that's really fair to say. I think if you're not doing it professionally and you haven't got paying clients, then I think kit lenses work absolutely fine if they're for, you know, holiday snaps, holiday photographs, family photographs. I think your kit lens is going to be completely fine for that sort of thing. The only thing, as I say, where they do fall down on is indoors, in low light. So, but in, you know, even in cloudy conditions, you know, quite reasonable lighting, the kit lenses are completely fine. But that's the kit lens. And then we go to something like this, which is the 28mm lens. But the 28mm lens, a really, really nice lens. I like this lens a lot. Lovely and perfectly sharp. It's a gorgeous little travel lens. And again, that's the 16mm lens. You can tell they've been taken at different times because different plants in the... oh look, different layout as well, different hanging baskets. It's like playing spot the ball, isn't it? Same wall but different baskets. But yeah, you can see there that the 16mm, again, nice and sharp. Really, really nice lens. In fact, if you compare the sharpness between the 28mm and the 16mm, out of idle curiosity, you'll see that they're both really, really nice lenses. One's just wider than the other, obviously. But you can see there, you know, the 28mm is a tighter shot than the 16mm. But clarity and sharpness, they're both excellent. They're both really, really nice lenses. So using full frame lenses on the APS-C body, I think is great. And that works the same if you've got the Sony ZV-E10. You can use their FE lenses, their full frame lenses on the APS-C body. Works just the same as it does on the Canon R100. The same with Nikon. I think the same with all the brands, to be honest. But you can use full frame lenses on your APS-C body. And it's great because you're increasing the focal length. So, say, 28mm lens becomes a 42mm lens. And if you do buy a full frame body, well, then you've got a 28mm lens and a 42mm lens, sort of in one lens, as it were, depending on what camera body but you use it on. Fantastic value for money, 24 megapixel, more than you're going to need for even for blowing up to large prints. So, you know, it's a lovely sensor and it's a great camera. I don't think it gets the love that maybe it should deserve because of the price. The price makes it very, very entertaining. It makes it, you know, such a worthwhile camera to get if you want to get into the Canon ecosystem, or you just want it as a, you know, that's the 24 megapixel sensor inside there. Absolutely fabulous. Let's get the light shine on that. There we go. Absolutely fabulous. So yeah, I can highly recommend the Canon R100. It isn't, you know, going to be able to do everything. It's not great for vlogging simply because of no articulating screen and the fact that there is no touch screen. So it takes a little bit getting used to navigating the menu system without a touch screen. But again, I'm using it as a point and shoot camera, so that doesn't worry me. There is only one command dial, as I said in my initial review. I'll leave a link to my initial review at the end of this video. But I use this either in full auto, because that's what I'm tending to do when I'm going out with my brother or I'm just going out for some fun. I don't want to be concentrating on apertures, ISOs, shutter speeds and that sort of thing. I just want to be able to get a, you know, really nice image. So I tend to leave it in either full auto, or I'll put it in aperture priority. And when you're using a lens like this, which goes down to f2.8, which is relatively fast, I'll use it in aperture priority and probably set it to f2.8. I mean, I can adjust that if I need to, and that will set a fast enough shutter speed so the motion is frozen. I don't get, you know, motion blur in the image, because you have to be careful of that by the fact that this camera has no in-body image stabilization. But then entry-level cameras tend not to have. The Sony ZV-E10 has no image stabilization, or the E10 Mark II. The Nikon Z30 and so many other the entry-level cameras have no in-body image stabilization. Even the new Fuji XM5 has no in-body image stabilization. So you're reliant on the stabilization in the lens. These lenses don't have it. The kit lens does. This 18 to 45 kit lens has in-lens image stabilization. I'm not sure what Canon call it, but it has got lens stabilization in the lens on that kit lens. So that's a great pairing with the Canon R100 because the lens has the image stabilization. I've been using it constantly over the last 6 months, certainly when I go out. I don't use it in the studio here for filming, so I don't really use it as a video camera, although it will do video, but say not ideal for vlogging because there is no articulating screen. Unless you want to use something like your iPhone or your Samsung phone or whatever mobile phone you have. As long as it has the USB-C port, you can connect the phone to the camera, but you can also connect it via Wi-Fi. Although I find Wi-Fi a little bit patchy and a little bit slow. It's not ideal, but a cabled connection works an absolute treat. So you can use it for vlogging if you put the mobile phone on the top to use as your monitor, as it were. Great little camera, highly recommended for what it is. Not necessarily highly recommended as a video camera, but certainly as a stills camera. I shall leave these images up on my Flickr page so you can take a look at them there. Please hit the like button if you like the content of this video, and please share it if you do like the content as well and you think other people might find it useful, and don't forget to subscribe. So there we go. Thanks very much. Cheers for now. Bye.